love's been in this place. You see, many have tried, but no one could take your place, girl. Why you so beautiful? I see the future in your face, baby. Never in a million years I thought that you'd be mine, girl. That you'd be mine, girl. Never thought I would fall. No, never. But my heart's been stolen again. But my heart's been stolen. That's forever. We will go. Ooh, baby. We will go, baby. We keep going and growing, girl. The best thing is knowing, girl. Cause when we KISSING, all I can say is OMG. My love in my life, you make all things right, baby. I trust you, girl, with my life. I don't want nobody but you. I'ma put my ring on you. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Again. This time, hope it lasts forever. We'll go beyond. We will go so far. Beyond. Beyond. You'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. We ain't looking for a thing. Yeah, you'll always find what you're looking for, and you ain't looking for a thing. Never thought I. Never thought I. No, never. Ooh, baby. Been stolen again. This time, hope it lasts forever. You hope, baby. I hope it lasts forever, girl. I hope it lasts forever, girl. Hey, 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 hey. We will go, baby. We will go, baby. Ooh, we will go, baby. We will go so far, baby. I hope it lasts forever, baby.
You know, I think I'm gonna really, like, you know, give up this life. Just try to be a better guy, you know. But wait, man, they got a good girl, you know, and they really feel they go like, treat you a certain way.
I understand. So what's stopping you?
Girls. Sometimes about kind of resolve. I think I can just, you know, apologize and start fresh and clear the slate, and hopefully, you know, that will work out for me.
Well, if it makes you happy, give it a try. She deserves it, right?
Hey, give you a call and see how it works out, man.
Let me know how it goes.
For sure. Thanks, man.
No problem.
How you doing? Before you hang up, can you just listen for a while? I was stupid, I'll admit it. Should've never done anything to take away your smile. So I dropped my pride, all my cards are laid. I know I hurt you most definitely, and I'm trying to make it right. I wanna take away your pain. Said you need your space and you're trying to live, but I'm really hoping that you can forgive me. I'm wrong, I wrote this song, it's been too long. Forgive me, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. So baby, can I come over and show you how sorry I am? I'll make you my lady tonight. Oh, if you want it, put your request in and I'll be on it. We'll make sweet love all through the night. I didn't know you would pick up the phone, and now I'm wondering if you were alone, girl. If so, just let me know. I wanna plan a rendezvous. Please forgive me, don't turn away. I wanna try again starting today, honey. I'll fight, I'll treat you right. See me tonight, I'll fix this, baby. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave, this is my apology. I was wrong, I was wrong. Don't you leave, no, no. I was wrong, I apologize. Oh, believe me, I do. I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I am. I'm sorry. I am. Baby, please, this is my apology. I was wrong. I was wrong, girl. Don't you leave. My apology. Oh, baby, please. Ooh, I was wrong. I apologize. This is my apology. I do. I apologize. I was wrong.
Hello.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Nothing.
Can you come over?
Yeah, not easy.
Anybody ever told ya what a woman really is? If you ever get the moment, show them how much they give. You're a shoulder I can cry on, arms I can embrace. Is to hear my deepest thoughts, protect her night and day. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You are woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You have birthed the nations, a nurturer you are. You bless us with your wisdom, and you tended every scar. You have found me broken, you have shown me light. You ignited all my passions and loved me through the night. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing, cause you have given life. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. You are all amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are.
To be a woman is to be blessed with unparalleled intuition, to be powerful, power independent of place or position. To be a woman is to be a mother, giving birth to sons and daughters, ideas, institutions, and business ventures. To be a woman is to be the current inspiration, the future aspiration of a young lady, of a little girl.
You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of light. You're a gem, a diamond flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You're a masterpiece of harmony, a melody of life. You're an African queen flower in spring, you're one of a kind. You are mother, sister, daughter, nieces, aunties, wives. So you are amazing. I try to describe, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. Yes, you are, yes, you are, you are woman. You are woman. You are woman. You are. Yes, you are, yes, you are. You are woman. You are woman. And when obstacles manifest as natural, you are born for this.
To be a woman is to be the heart of the system, to be the one who brings life into our world.
Warning. What you are about to hear goes against traditional romantic counsel expressed by friends, family, and Instagram memes and quotes. Open-mindedness is advised.
That's a good freezer.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, and welcome to another edition of the Senate Podcast. I'm your host, Neil. As always, I'm joined by my brother from another mother, and your host, Derek.
Hail.
And we are here. We are here, live and direct. We are watching this. First, my brother, how you doing?
I'm well, man. I am well.
How you doing? You seem to be in very, very good spirits tonight.
Man,
You know,
yeah.
You look like how I would imagine you would have looked when you were opening Little Derek Marshall opening gifts.
Just about, man. This is going to be a good show, man, for me at least.
Well. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Another Senate Shorts. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Dislike, comment, share, subscribe.
Man, this in a Senate short.
What you say? It's a Senate Short? It's a Senate Short, man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know how it is. Later on in the week, we've done some work behind the scenes. But we here. This is the Senate Podcast and not the Shorts. This is a live stream where we talk things from a male's perspective, a man's perspective. Aston is here. What a guan. Hope everything is well, my brother. Hope you had a really good week. Miller is here. My man Marlon. Or Fleece, as we call him.
Fleece.
Crystal Codrington. I have never seen this name before. Crystal,
She's so Tallies in the house as my girl, man. That's my girl Tallies for the gym.
Yeah.
Always gave me trouble.
Okay, well, we really do appreciate you coming through. Good vibes as always. We always want good vibes. So yeah, thank you everybody for joining us. You know, the normal happenings of everything like that. Derek, tell the people about G-Syndicate. You would have heard those sweet gentlemen singing.
Yeah, man.
Let Derek will tell you about them.
Yeah. We we do Caribbean music. We do all kind of things, all kind of genres, and only with the human voice. Amazing, ain't it? Yeah, we hard like that. So yeah, big up the guys, Kiamal, Waden, Mark, Brett, and Hugh. Guys always they peep in from time to time, just to check out the show. So I appreciate that, fellas. I appreciate that support for real. We're a fantastic group of musicians, sing really, really well. We can get some stuff coming from them. Well, not them, us. You get some stuff from us coming very, very soon. You can check us out at gsyndicate6.com. Also on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter at gsyndicate6. And also on Instagram at gsyndicate6. But you got to be able to spell out 6. So check it out. It's Tamara in the house. Good night, Tamara. Good
night,
to see
Tamara. You. Very much for joining us. A frequent contributor to the podcast.
Man, truly appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I did mention before, you are watching the Senate Podcast. Give us a like. Please comment. Please share. Please subscribe. Just like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit notification bell so you don't miss anything. We understand that not everybody likes our content. Not everybody believes that we have good intent. So, you know, if you want to stop us, if you watch from the shadows and you want to share so you could tell people, look at the two of these here, that's fine. That's all right. But just give us a dislike. Give us a share because that helps either build or destroy the community. Always in your hands. Now,
yeah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here with another edition, and as you know,
but Neil, man, how you doing, man? You ain't tell the people how you doing. You know what's going on with you. How you feeling?
Sorry, man. I good. I guess because we've had a conversation before we went live, and I am good for the moment. I'm good. You know. The week was the week, you know, it is the end of the week. We have a long weekend coming up. Really have no plans. Speak. But other than that, I am good, grateful, thankful. As you see me right now, I good. You will. You will make short work of that.
Yeah. I had to trigger everybody tonight.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, every Tuesday and Thursday, we have this live stream. We have this space where we come and we talk the things. Hard, soft, in between. We don't dipsy doodle. We keep it straight. We keep it real. Denise, what's going on? Long time no here. But yeah, we keep it very transparent. We keep it very real. Hard or soft, we bring the things. Now, every Tuesday and Thursday, as I said, Derek will go on the social media platforms, particularly Facebook. He will go on our Facebook page, the Senate Podcast, give us a like and a follow. And on that platform, he would pose a question, a topic, so to speak, and we will discuss it. We will come here, we will tell you things. Laura, Laura, how are you? How are the boys? How is the husband? You're a person that I have not seen in a long time. Yeah, man,
good to see you.
Good to see you. I hope everything is. But yeah, so this is not different. Tonight we're talking about living single. Really long term serious, or do they really want single? Want to live single? They want to be like Maxine Shaw? Don't mind at the end, Maxine.
Living, single.
Yep.
In a 90s kind of world, I'm glad I got my girls.
Give me the rap. Man. Give me the rap now.
I can't remember that
Keep
part.
Keep your head up. What? Keep your head up. That's right.
That's right.
Right.
No.
Yeah, that was.
Crystal may not know that.
Yeah,
Crystal Codrington, she can know that tune.
She's a youngin'. She's a youngin'.
Yeah, she's a youngin'. That might be a little past. That might be a little past, Crystal.
Well, you know they got their memes. If you don't know, Crystal, that's just a little joke. We keep things like here, but anyhow, this is obviously based on living single. Women really want to be, what was the lady Sinclair James, who had Overton in the end. They want me Maxine Shaw at the beginning of the series. And not Maxine Shaw at the end of the series. But she got her man at the end of the series, right? So over to you, my brother. Lead us in sermon. What you got for me? Nice.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight. I am in fantastic spirits. I had a great workout before Crystal got to the gym, so I was able to get out before she started to give me too much trouble. So I'm in great spirits. You know when I'm in great spirits, generally got bad news for you, right? So yeah. This is going to be a rough show for the ladies and the gents. For different reasons, of course. And gentlemen, tonight, got some more bad news for you, right? So brace yourself, folks. Sit down, strap in, buckle in. Got some bad news. Here we go. Women don't want or like to be in long-term relationships or marriage. As a matter of fact, many women today don't even like the men with whom they're involved. They view relationships as oppressive and restrictive, and as such, prefer to do bad all by themselves. And they move accordingly, right? Women find empowerment in their singleness. Now, I know these are some harsh and sweeping statements, but I assure you, folks, that they are strong in both assertion and empirical evidence, and they will prove that to you now. So let's take a look at an article from Psychology Today. Yes, I am in the articles early. You are watching the Senate podcast on YouTube, folks. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. I see we are up to 350 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. Truly, we do. Share the content with other people. Let's have this discussion and challenge some of the ideas you may have. I ain't attempting to, change your mind or anything. Just challenge your ideas and see if we can come to a greater understanding or a better Christian understanding of what's going on in these streets, right?
All right, my brother. You are on screen right now.
All right, good. So this is an article. It's called Living Single. Look at that, right? Bella DePaulo, PhD. Please note this is a woman that wrote this. I didn't write it myself. A man didn't write it. A woman wrote this. And she asked the question, why so many women are perfectly happy to stay single? Put a ring on it. All the single ladies say, not so fast. Have you noticed that writings about single people are overwhelmingly about single women? That's true, not just in popular writings, but also in academic ones. I think that's because a single life is supposed to be more of a problem for women than for men. Women are the ones who are believed to be yearning for marriage and crushed if they never do marry. We think of them as fantasizing about building a nest to share with a spouse and children. Men, on the other hand, are presumed to care more about their independence. They are adventurous. They have other things that give their lives meaning. For example, they can dedicate themselves to their work. You with me, Neil?
Yeah, I hear right here.
Good, cool.
Right here.
Such stereotypes persist despite evidence to the contrary. Now, there are even more stereotype-shattering findings thanks to the recent Tinder survey of 1,036 single adults between the ages of 18 and 25. Previously, I told you about some of the striking findings, but not how men and women differed in how they thought about single life. That's what I'll share here. How single women defied stereotypes. When asked if they thought being single benefited them in other parts of their lives, overwhelming numbers of men, 79%, and women, 83%, said yes. Right? So they think it's beneficial to be single. What benefits did they see? It was the women, more than the men, who said that they got to be more dedicated to their work. That difference was bigger than the gender difference for any of the other reasons. The next biggest difference concerned the potential benefit of getting to make new friends. Single women also endorse that one more often than single men. They won't be single, right? But I can come back to these points. Don't worry about it. More than 70% of the single people in the survey said that they had made a conscious decision to stay single for a period of time so they could focus on other things in their life. What were those other things? It was the women, more often than the men, who said that they wanted to stay single for a while so they could focus on studying or getting their degree. But we know that that's something that happened from school, right, Neil? And then knew, right?
That's true.
In a finding that is consistent with stereotypes, the men said they wanted to focus on their career more often than the women did. But that difference was much smaller than the one showing that women were more interested in focusing on their studies, right? There were two other big sex differences in response to that question. Women were more likely to say that they chose to stay single to prioritize themselves and their own needs. Men were more likely to say that they stayed single for a while to focus on a specific hobby or interest. In several different ways, it was the women who more often said that they value independence, adventurousness, and their own space. They're the ones who feel more empowered by being single. Specifically, or pacifically, as some people will say, when asked why they are currently single, women were more likely than men to say that they want to enjoy the journey and the adventure of being single while they are still young. Men were more likely to say that they were single because they wanted to date lots of people. Yeah, we know how it goes, right? When asked how being single makes them feel, women were more likely than men to say that being single made them feel empowered. However, more of the women also said that being single made them feel lonely. Interesting things. When asked what they feel uneasy about when thinking about settling down in a romantic relationship, it was the women, more often than the men, who said that they're worried about losing their sense of independence. Independence is a big thing, isn't it? The women were also more concerned than the men about settling for someone for the wrong reason. Everybody tired settling me. They also worried about spending less time with family and friends if they got involved in a romantic relationship. When asked about the aspects of romantic relationships that are not appealing to them, it was the women, more often than the men, who said that they did not like sharing space. The men.
No, you gotta play that game, man. We're doing it.
The men were more likely to say that they don't like making major life changes, such as moving to a new home, having a wedding, or having a baby, right? There was one way in which the single men were consistently more positive about single life. That's when they were asked to compare being single to being in a romantic relationship. Both the men and the women evaluated single people more favorably than people in relationships on all 4 questions they were asked, but the single men favored single people even more than the single women did. The statements they endorsed were: single people are more open to new experiences than people in relationships. Single people are more fun to hang out with than the people in relationships. I'm more likely to say yes to new experiences when I'm single versus in a relationship. I'm a more fun person when I am single than when I am in a relationship, right? So on those things, they agree, men and women, right? There are also differences in how single men and single women think that single people are portrayed in the media and in society. I describe those here, and we've got a link to that. And she says, it is time to update our understanding of single men, well, single women and single men. Today's young women are embracing the time they spend single. It makes them feel empowered. They like the adventure and the journey of single life. When they think about being in a serious romantic relationship, they worry about losing their independence. Independence is a big thing, Neil.
It really is.
The thought of sharing their own space is less appealing to them than it is to young men. Who would have imagined that, right? Young women appreciate that when they are single, they get to focus on studying and getting their degree. And they also get to be more dedicated to their work. All the single ladies, it seems, are not that desperate to put a ring on it after all. So folks, again, that was the article. Psychology Today. I didn't write it. Please note, I did not write it. Because you don't need to sit at me make up these things. Right? It wasn't me. Right? In the immortal words of Shaggy, it wasn't me. It was the women more than the men who said they got to be more dedicated to their work and who said they wanted to stay single for a while so they could focus on studying or getting a degree. To get good at the things you practice, even if it's bad habits, right? Practice makes permanent. Not perfect, but permanent.
I like that.
So many women commit all their time and energy to a degree and career and seem to think that they can just kind of slot in a relationship whenever they're ready. Unfortunately, folks, it doesn't work like that. Many have chosen to hide from relationships behind their degrees and careers and have actively chosen
Derek? Are you still there with me?
I have no idea what to look for because you're not accustomed to being in a relationship. I know, ladies, somebody coming at 2:37 to break you down, Lady Barbados economy and the St. Clair is not a relationship. Right? Here's a news flash, ladies. Men don't care about your degree and career unless it's bringing some kind of value to the relationship. Most women want a man who will be able to provide for the household. Here you go.
So
your degree and high paying job, ipso facto, your degree and high paying job are of no consequence if you don't plan to pay some major bills like the rent or the mortgage, right? So let me ask you a question then. Why are you chasing the degree and high paying job if you still want to be provided for? Right? Ask me why, folks. Say why.
Me,
why,
teacher,
Derek? Tell us
why? What?
Say, tell us why. Shoot, take that in the chat. Tell us why, Derek. Tell us why, Derek. Shoot, somebody right here in the chat there for me quick, man. Let me know if you got a response there, dude.
Oh, you didn't get several responses, I am sure.
I only want one. Anybody type it yet?
No, not yet. You want me to?
Somebody hook me up quick.
All right, hold on a minute, man.
Hook me up quick. Why are you chasing a degree and high paying job if you still want your man to provide for you?
I think there's a lie. That's why.
But you know you're always behind, so. Anybody there?
Well, I type it, so you're taking a good little sweep.
All right, good.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Cool. I'll tell you why then. Know that if you ask, thank you so much for asking. I'll tell you why. It is easier to provide for yourself and not have to make any adjustments, whether it be weight or attitude, for example, than to have to put in the effort to compete for the man you want.
Say that again.
I can say it again, man. Since you asked, I'll tell you, right? It is easier for you, ladies, to provide for yourself, right? Go through school, get a degree, get a high-paying job. It is easier now for you to provide for yourself than for you to have to adjust your weight or attitude and put in the effort to compete for the man that you want.
Mm.
But I got a news flash for you, ladies. This is full of news flashes tonight. Evolutionary biology is undefeated, and the men you want will be gone by the time your biological clock starts to tick loud enough for you to hear it. So by the time you start to hear it, you can go set up for a man you don't want or share a man that you do want. Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. But I carry on. I go forward, right? Women were, then these are the things that were said in the article. These are not the things that Derek Marshall, said. This is Bella DePaulo, huh? She wrote the article. Women were more likely to say that they chose to stay single to prioritize themselves and their own needs. It was the women who more often said that they value independence, adventurousness, and their own space. They are the ones who feel more empowered by being single. They did not like sharing space. Folks, Psychology Today, the website from which this article was taken. Psychology Today is confirming what men have known for years and what women will not admit for years. Women are selfish. They love themselves and their children. Yeah? Come for me in the chat if you want. Love flows down. Think of a flow chart. Love flows down from man to woman to children. Respect, on the other hand, travels upward from children to women to man. So if you can envision these two flow charts in your mind's eye, it would explain why it is very difficult, not impossible, but very, very difficult for women to truly love men and love men unconditionally. Now, they can indeed respect men, and that's all right with us because, shoot, we tend to equate respect with love, so that works for us, right? The fact that women love their own space, well, men seem to be more willing to share the space, that kind of thing, explains in part the phenomenon of no-fault divorce. Oh boy. And why women get restless and just walk away from relationships and say that, hey, it wasn't happy no more. Something was missing, or it's not me, it's not you, it's me. All that kind of things. Especially now when divorce is incentivized. Women are more likely than men to say that they enjoy the journey and the adventure of being single while they are still young. But of course they do. This should be no surprise. Of course they do, because that's when they have the most options available to them. Look at Polina Poroskova a couple of weeks ago. She was young and hot. She had all the options, and then suddenly she hit 45, 50, and it was nothing's a rest, Nothing! Unfortunately for women, they have a window of about 20 years if they're lucky, if they play everything right. So between 18, yes, legally 18, and 40 if you really push it, to maximize their relationship and marriage potential. But between feminism and mainstream media, keep saying to women that this is not the case and they can continue to live their best lives well into their 50s and sometimes even 60s. Women keep women single. Women need to be careful who they watch on the big screen. And by big screen, I mean mainstream media, social media, right? I said it many times in this space, and I'll say it again here tonight, right? Women take their cues from people like, to that extent, Lizzo, your girl, Neil, Lizzo, Beyonce.
Don't do that. Stop that.
Beyonce, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B.
Well, you forgot somebody. You forgot somebody.
Who's that? Beyonce called her?
The patron saint of the podcast. How dare
you? I didn't want to call she anymore. That's true.
You're right. You call she the way to like Candy Man.
Yeah, I get shit in a minute though, but still, I get shit in a minute, right? I try not to call her name, but she'll be referenced, right? Women take the cues from these women in popular culture, but these women go home to partners and happy, and if not happy, together relationships. And I've said this several times on this platform. You might not want to hear from me anymore, so let's hear it from comedian Jess Hilarious. Let's hear it from her, since when it's feel that I does be making up things and telling them the lies on Tuesday and Thursday night. Let's hear from her.
You did send me a video for Jess Hilarious. Oh
yeah, man.
Hold on, man. Sorry. My apologies. It downloaded the wrong video.
Please don't play that one yet.
No. Because I was saying that is not Jess Hilarious at all.
Indeed, it's not.
So let's get that. Let's make wrong things right.
Ladies and gents who are watching the Senate podcast, I hope you're enjoying the show. Like, share, comment, subscribe.
We get Jess here playing Scream, man. He is indeed funny. At least to me, I should say.
Yeah, she has her moments.
Right? Okay, here we go.
We trying to live up to this hot girl, city girl shit. I'm talking about we walk around, fuck these niggas, pop this pussy, get this money, fuck a bitch. And our fucking leaders are in love. These bitches in whole relationships. These bitches teaching us how to hop on and off dicks, steal money from niggas while they sleep, how to finesse a nigga out of his drugs so we can go sell it. And they over here living happily ever after. We keep standing at the bottom of the steps waiting for Megan and City Girls to drop more songs with more instructions on how to fuck our lives up. These bitches is rich and in love, bitch, and we broke and single. Well, I ain't broke, but I'm for the people, so I'm gonna act broke today. Megan, you wanna help us? Rap about how you got money back, yo.
Hilarious.
Young Miami is happily in love with a nigga who says she ugly with her wig off. If
Yeah.
that ain't love, I don't know what the fuck is. Nikki, how did you get Kenny? Cardi, how you still going strong with Offset? Iggy, how did you get Playboy? That's like taking relationship advice from a single bitch. Come on. That you want us to be hot girls, but y'all having a Sierra summer. Shit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we should have said that would be adult language. I know we talking to big people, but I know some of y'all have children or whatnot. But that is sometimes the conversation gets spicy. That's why we have it at this time of the night and stuff and things.
Yeah, and for any of the young people watching, don't use that language that she is using.
Yeah, because we do have young viewers, young impressionable viewers.
So yeah, I hope you take what she's saying as gospel, even if you don't listen to me. You mean, sure. Well, my way not talk. I don't know what you're talking about, you know what I mean?
Hello.
Anyhow, what else does the article say, Neil? The article says women were more likely than men to say that being single made them feel empowered. Yet they say that it makes them feel lonely. But that's not a story. They're worried about losing their sense of independence and about settling for someone for the wrong reasons. And we know that settling is never a good thing, right? Folks, any good relationship, irrespective of the field of endeavor, requires interdependence. It could be at work, a sports team, a band, a church youth group, or a Sunday school. Shoot, even this particular podcast where it's only me and Neil, it requires interdependence.
Amen.
Relationships require interdependence, but women want to be in relationships and hold on with everything they got to their independence. No, don't be mistaken, right, fellas? They have no problem dictating the pace to their men and telling them what to wear, eat, where to go, when to come home, where to sleep. Because if you eat the house, you can't sleep next day, you go to sleep in your couch. Yeah. Sure, even how to cut your hair. But they want to be in relationships, but still single. What makes it worse is that the big screen, again, mainstream and social media, and feminism are even encouraging us to normalize things like open marriages and entanglements. I tell you what's coming to the Patreon saying.
There she is.
Yeah. While finding time and space to shame and blame men for the toxic behaviors of women. Now, if you don't believe me, because I know when feel like be making up things, telling lies, let us check out this next video that I found on Darius M's channel. Big up Darius M. How many people we got in here tonight? 17. Hit the like button, folks. I would have greatly appreciated it. Brace yourself. Trigger warning. Oh, watch. I chose this video because I felt it would trigger everybody in the chat. So this is me treating you all like Neil.
I think this is we don't have to stand for this, you know.
So you're leaving your woman because you found out she
go.
cheated on you.
Let's watch this one, guys.
All right, let me start from the beginning. Here we go.
So you're leaving your woman because you found out she cheated on you. Common cheating. Look, I need modern men to understand one thing, that cheating is in the DNA of women. Women are naturally promiscuous. Even the Bible says it. Women are the weaker sex. We are weak. We cannot control ourselves. So leaving her for another woman is pointless because it rains everywhere. You leave her for Susan. Susan is eventually going to cheat on you. You leave Susan for Mary. Mary is eventually going to cheat on you because it is ingrained in our DNA. Women, we like variety. We cannot be eating one meal throughout the year. It's not possible. So instead, go into your prayer closet, enter into your war room, go on your knees and ask God to give you an endurance spirit so that you'll be able to endure it, because it's not going to change. Secondly, you need to have a deep introspection with yourself. What am I doing that is pushing my woman into another man's arms? Do I need to work out more, get in shape? Do I need to dress better? Do I need to pamper her some more? Do I need to spoil her more? You know, take her on more vacations, etc., etc. The third thing you can do is to do your own research and find out who this side man is. Go and approach him as a man and see if you can find tips and learn from him on how to please your woman and make her content. But at the end of the day, it all boils down to an understanding that women are naturally polygamous. We are naturally promiscuous. Just deal with it. Don't pay attention to all these men's rights activists trying to teach you your rights and teaching you self-esteem. They are single, bitter, sex-starved. Come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what the Lord has done. Come and see what...
Derek Marshall, you get that for no Darius M. You get a woman you know from Africa that got nice accent and do that day to day. There is no way that has a real video circulated. No. The woman said,
what I love, right?
The woman said,
is that
you go ahead.
What I love is that the woman in it singing out some spirituals. Look what God has done.
The woman said, go to the harder man. Ask him for it.
Oh Lord.
I love it. I love it.
You have to love it. You have to. Love it. The beauty of social media. Just letting these women show the whole ass in public for everybody to see.
Man, like, if you agree with, she puts a Wazzy chat, man.
It's true. Put some Wazzy chat if you agree with that, right? Let me wrap up, right? Let me wrap up because I'm sure you have loads to say, right? Gentlemen, remember that women are hypergamous by nature. And as such, they will always seek to put themselves in the most advantageous position. That is why short men, fat men, shoot, even fine men can't get in the love. Because based on a woman's own socioeconomic background status, there's a certain floor below which she will not go. Senators, I've said to Neil on divers of times that men get involved with women talking foolishness about love. Well, women with modern mentalities and sensibilities get involved with men for personal advancement, but he refuses to believe me. I think he may be starting to come around though.
I get in there. Oh boy, I'm gonna get in there.
It may not always be money, right? But these days, clout, it seems to be even more important than money. Clout and social proofing, right? Many women today do not want to be with men. I ain't saying it. Check Dr. What's she name? Bella De Paulo, right? From Psychology Today.
Or check your girl there so that I got the Negro spirituals
Yeah,
on top.
yeah. Check sheet, right?
Mm.
I ain't making it up. That's what studies say.
Mhm.
83% of women,
Yep.
right? They have no intention of being a man's peace and support, but they certainly want you to be their provider, protector, and a soft place to land. Here's the kicker though, gents. As much as these women don't want to be in relationships, they certainly have no problem enjoying the security and benefits of being in one. Look at our patron saint and what she do with our guy, right? So we as men need to be more careful and move accordingly. In the immortal words of one of Barbados' greatest poets and storytellers, Eric Lewis, a word to the wise is sufficient.
That was a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching you are watching the Senate podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Just like, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification bell so you don't miss any of our misogyny. So you know, while you were talking, this is how we usually do this. Usually when we do this, Derek, as you can tell, he does his monologue, he does his research, he goes down into the muck and mire of social media, the back alleys, and he brings everything to you. And they just spitball. I don't have any pit. Well, there are rare instances where he's gonna write something because you know, with Will Smith, for example, they had to write down some stuff. But so normally I spitball stuff. So here's my thing, right? As you were speaking there, you know, you are right. It's not that you are wrong because you obviously brought evidentiary proof. Here, women don't, well, seemingly don't want to have serious monogamous relationships, long-term relationships. But my question is always why. That's always my word. Why? Anytime I'm confronted with something, I ask why. You know. And to me, I think it comes down to the article says independence, but I think more so, I think people want control of their lives, right? And I think because you know, it is interesting. We've had this conversation many a time where you know there is a narrative going from relationships prior to feminism in the 1960s and 70s. There is a prevailing thought that men were domineering and women were subservient, right? The wives were subservient. If that wasn't the case, the man had enough women in the village. Meanwhile, the woman home cooking and cleaning, slaving of a hot kerosene stove, and you know, minding babies, and this man out getting drunk, coming home, resting his hand in the woman, and you know, it's better, right? Everybody believes that essentially was the norm back in before 1970s, before the 1980s. That was the norm for every relationship coming out, and the anecdotal outliers, those were the ones where everybody was happy, everybody was together, faithful, monogamous, and working towards, right? And I think that women saw that narrative and said, you know what, that for me. I saw my mother, my grandmother, my great grandmother. I saw people in the village. I saw instances of this, and I don't want it to happen to me. No way am I gonna stomp in a house, cook and clean a whole day, knit up a man pants, um, you know, press his clothes. I ain't doing all that. I want to go out and I want to work, which is fine. Nobody wants you to get a knit for me. I don't want a woman knitting for me. I got tailors, I got seamstress, I got all sorts of things out there. So you know what I mean? I could cook for myself, I could clean for myself. If you fix me a plate or if you clean the house, that's one thing. But then I don't want a woman for that. Nor do I want my woman to do that. And I think most men don't want their woman to do that. It would be nice, particularly if the dynamic lends to the man being the breadwinner or working on ridiculous hours or whatever, because he might not even be breadwinner. Your mom might be just working really, really hard, and you have more free time. And I use don't say free time. You have more time to delegate and deal with the domestic parts of a house, right? So I think a lot of women see that and they want to be free. You know, I always liken feminism and where we are as a people or society. We are, it's like infants. We're like children. We're like toddlers. We like people that know seeing the world for the first time, right?
We are now in a space where we as a society are the most educated, we are the most liberated, we are, especially in the Western world, we have so many choices to do a myriad of things, good, bad, and indifferent. We could live whatever life we want, right? Women, women can, you know, through the technologies of the last 4 decades, sorry, women can do as they like sexually. Women can do as they like and don't have to worry about chick nor child. You understand what I'm saying? We live in an unprecedented time for us as a people. We have gone through millennia of us women having to be mindful of certain things like children, like having to depend on men wholly and solely for financial gain because women were not allowed to work, right? Women were not allowed to vote. Women were not allowed to do certain things. So almost all of human history, women were not allowed to do many a thing, and there were direct consequences. Whether it be children, whether it be stigma, whether it be society talking about you like child boy. This woman is not a chaste woman. Um, she's not a virgin. This woman has had sex outside of marriage. She is not a she shun her. She's a leper. We've had that instant throughout most of human history. I know it's only within the last 50 years have we seen gradually this liberation of women, right? I'm not here to say that there weren't some things that women needed to be liberated from. That is fine. You should have the right to sleep with whomever you want. You should have the right to work and achieve whatever you want in this society, whether it be political, whether it be financial, anything that your heart desires, you should be able to achieve it without ridicule. However, as we always say, you have to reap whatever you sow, right? But we are like toddlers. The modern women are like toddlers. Shoot, the modern man is like a toddler too. Because we've gone away from what we knew for millennia and we are now in uncharted territory, right? Where women literally don't know what to do. Women do not know what to do. That's why you have women saying, yeah, I'm a bad bee, hot girl summer, I could do all by myself, I don't need a man. But then it's be crying on social media or to the friends or in a pillow when 237 comes saying they want a man. All them friends getting married. You know what I mean? So once you have a child that wants what it wants and on the floor kicking and screaming, right? You give shoot the mother at home, the father at home, the children has free reign of the house, child pulling every candy out the drawer and eating it. Then the belly gets sick. That is how I see this situation. I see this situation as we not fully knowing what to do in this unprecedented time. You know what I mean? And I think that let me say most, some people are doing things to the detriment of themselves, right? Because a lot of the human condition, the human experience has now had to include working, seeking financial and career and all that there. So now people want women weren't working in high power jobs, weren't politicians, women. You know, women haven't been leaders or anything like that for the last 50 years. No, we are seeing it in mass, right? We are seeing a shift. We are seeing people now wanting to be politicians. We're seeing women wanting to be in STEM subjects. We are seeing women wanting to do whatever they want. So now, coming back to what we were talking about here, is that I understand you want to be in control of your narrative. But here's the thing. Taking control of your narrative means that whatever narrative you've created, that is what it is. You cannot change. Well, you can change, but you have to change your thinking. Let me give you an example, right? You want to have a career, right? A career, if you play your cards right, will last you 40 years, right? 40, 45 years, right? Depending on where you come out of school, depending on how you get to do whatever, it can last you 40, 45 years, right? You can make good money, you can have esteem, prestige, you can have it all, right? But you know, with having that career will come sacrifices. It will come with, if you want children, this can sound bad, but I don't mean it in that way. Children are a liability when it comes to careers, right? You have to take care of children. And I know a lot of people can say, oh, but what about the husband? What about the father? Children want their mother just as much as they want their father. And there are certain things as a mother you will have to be there to do in the nurturing part of it that a man cannot do.
Yeah, men can't breastfeed. Let me just keep it real.
Right?
So there's certain things that just fall to. You can't have everything.
You and that's the thing. The thing is I was watching a video today. It's so funny because I ain't gonna lie to y'all people. I literally knew what we were talking about 15 minutes before we came live. That's just the nature of our dynamic. I want things to be fresh and authentic. But I was watching a video from Poor Man Podcast, a content creator in this space. Shout out Poor Man Podcast. And this woman was crying in one video saying all her friends are being married and she's lonely and she prioritized all her career and this and that and the next and third. And in another video saying she don't need a man. That she could do all by herself. And she's a bad bee. There was another video. There was another video where a feminist was being interviewed at a college or something like that, and she quite pointedly said, "Modern feminism has failed women. Today's feminism has failed women."
I think we showed that video.
Yeah, right. But the point is that you can want to do all bad by yourself. You don't want anybody cramping your style. Essentially, you don't want a man. You don't want to feel obligated to nobody, right? You don't want you cohabitating with a man. You have a husband. There's the social contract there always talks about. Knowing full well, shoot, you gotta be home by a certain time. You gotta let your partner know when and where you're going. Right? As a social contract. You have to, help the man cook and clean, or cook for the man, clean for the man, or go and provide. Whatever your role is in the relationship, you have to fulfill it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you have to be accountable for that. But see, the problem is that you don't want nobody cramping your style. If you want sleep with 10 men 1 week, or if you want to be chaste and pure and be monogamous 1 week, you want that option. But you don't want it to be what you saw from your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, where what you saw and what you perceived was subjugation, was subservience. I am here to tell you, I watched a video too from another content creator that said, one woman, they were having a back and forth, and this woman was saying, I don't want to be submissive to a man or whatever like that. I saw my father and my mother, and she was submissive to him. And from what I saw, he was like, "Yo, stop! How old were you when you
take a child's place, man?
Take a child's place. You have no understanding of what was going on at that time when you were growing up. So what looks like subservience to you may be her willingly submitting. No, unless we're talking about situations where the man was putting hands on the woman, or the woman was throwing things at the man, that is a different thing. But chances are, when you see something going on, you see your mother picking up after her husband, grumbling, you want to know, why my mommy crawling with me to pick her after myself, but picking her after he with his beard jump? You know what I mean? And you grew up with that as a woman saying, I don't want no man, I don't want to pick up behind no man like my mother and be grumbling and be unhappy. You don't know the context of that. You don't know the context of that. You may think you know, but you do not. So you've been led to believe you want your freedom and independence to do as you want. You want to be you want to be a nun 1 minute, you want to be Cardi B another minute. You want to be a sinner 1 minute, you want to be a saint 1 minute, right? And you want to be able to adjust to your halo as you see fit. It cannot work like that. Why? Because, and this can sound bad again, ladies, but hold on. You have a shelf life. You have a shelf life in this dating marketplace. You don't want to be 45 wishing that you had children. You don't want to be past that childbearing age and say, "Cha, is this career really worth it? Is this gold watch that I got at the end of it really worth it? You know what I mean? Is the prestige really worth it?" I'm seeing my friends. She just had her third child. She seems so happy with her husband. You know what I mean? Like, we're so fixed on the negative that we perceive from back in the day that we chose not to. Do you know what love looks like? And Derek made mention to it. He alluded to it before when he was saying that I thought about love. You see, love is boring. Love is steadfast. And love is no glitz and glamour. There's a song on the radio that's been playing recently. I hate this song. It's poorly written. It says, what is there? I miss you more than life. I miss you more than life. That's a horrible song. You see, when we grew up, that was the songs, those types of songs permeated the airwaves. And it made us feel, along with the movies and the TV shows, that we must storm the castle to fight off all the evils, storm the room to go and save this woman. And women, you must be chaste and pure and be helpless. Oh, help me. Show me that you love me. If you really love me, you would kill everyone in the castle and save me. Right? That's not love. Love is fixing that plate. Love is picking up after your partner. Love is doing the things because you love them. Sure, love is, as Derek said, is not about that anymore. It's a business. It's a business arrangement. People talk about partners, everything that. People get married because it's fiscally responsible and prudent. Right? Fair enough. Consider, you just came with a very beautiful article, brother. I don't want to take away from it, but you see all that you just do? I could give you 2 stats. Right? One in 4 women in their lifetime will be married. Black women will be married. Right? Women initiate divorce 70 to 80% of the time. And men exclusively propose to women. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We want you all. So you got 100 marriages out there. Almost all of them are initiated by men.
Mm-hmm.
But by the numbers, 70 to 80% of those, 70 to 80% of that married thing can get divorced because of women. Women can say, I know, I've changed, I've grown, we're different people. 2 ships in the night, all of this BS. Right?
All the poetic stuff.
Right? And by and large, Derek said it's not incumbent upon a man to want to be married. But a man, whether you consider it love or whether you consider him wanting to hold on to his assets, the point is he wants to remain married. A man will go to therapy. A man will go to the ends of the earth mentally and emotionally to make sure that he's with his woman. Right? So, by the numbers, by the anecdotes, men want to be in committed, long-lasting, serious relationships. Meanwhile, the modern woman seems to just want to look good in the bikini and have a hot girl summer.
Sex in the City lifestyle, brother.
Exactly.
I told you.
You understand? You understand? I had a conversation with some people when I was on a project earlier this year, and I was talking about living single, as good as it was, black comedy, black sitcom, whatever. I sent a lot of wrong messages to people. I didn't word it like that. I'll be honest. I did say it did a lot of damage to black people. Maybe I shouldn't have been so absolute, but now that I've had time to process it, we had a very huge back and forth. We argued for about an hour. But the point is, living single is perfect. When you look at the oddball, the goofball of the group, St. Clair, she was in love with Overton and wanted to be with him and get married. Another oddball or goofball. Meanwhile, Kyle, the suave, debonair, pro-black, unapologetic black Kyle Barker, he was a ladies' man. Maxine Shaw, high-powered lawyer, she was out and about and she was living Sex in the City. Right? When you look at Queen Latifah's character, she was a career woman through and through. You understand?
Who she ended up with?
She ended up with what the boy name? She ended up with Scooter. In the end, they ended up together. I know because I watched the whole series recently again.
Yeah, I know you pimped this out.
Yeah, right. And then you had Regine, who was only about material. Regine had a millionaire in Heavy D, but because he was overweight, she didn't know if that's the man for her. I regretted it afterward. But she wanted a man, and she ended up, Hollywood does write these things. She ended up with the perfect man. Man over 6 feet, man worth millions of dollars, got her own butler and thing. And she moved into a castle and all sorts of things. She got her happy ending. But I posit to you, in all of those extremes in that, which one are you likely to be? You got St. Clair, you got Maxine, you have Queen Latifah, her character, and you have Regine. Which one are you?
A lot of women dancing between Maxine and
Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah.
Right. But I guarantee you nobody don't want to be St. Clair though. Nobody wants to be St. Clair. Very few women, I should say, want to be St. Clair. You understand?
It must be no they think Sinclair went off the market first though. She found her person and got married first.
Not even trust me, she didn't make it out the first season. She did one person for half an episode. But from day one, it was like call it love at first sight, kismet or whatever. But as soon as she moved in, she and Overton were getting behind each other. Right? And Overton had a ex-woman or whatever, look amazing. Man, I won't deal with she because that's stress a jammer.
About Sinclair.
The man want peace of mind. You understand what you're trying to say? Anyhow, I understand, ladies. I understand you want control. You want to control your life. You do not want an overlord dictating to you when, where, and how you go and do things. I understand. But consider this. Suppose what you perceive from before the 1970s, or the stories that you were told, suppose that they were the minority. Suppose they were the aberration. Suppose they were, the outliers. Suppose it really wasn't like that. You are afraid. What are you afraid of? You're afraid of submitting. You're afraid of cohabiting with a man. You're willing to have your man provide and protect for you. Because there you alluded to it before. Women want the option to provide and protect for themselves, but want a man to provide and protect them, but still won't be able to do what them do. So they want not a traditional man, a man with traditional values to provide, protect, defend, enforce, take care
of non-traditional women.
For non-traditional women. So the man must make sure he can't go drinking with the boys often. He gotta go work. He gotta come here. He can't be looking at other women and want to see instructed or whatever. When we got a child, it is Hazi's on the children. It is Hazi's on the chores, and it is he primarily paying the bills. Even though I could do it if I wanted to, but me ain't worry about that minor flex. You want a man to be a traditional man, but you're not willing to be traditional. You want to move how you want. You want to live your life how you want. So the better question here, I do like these questions if women want. What do you want, women? And I know the women in this chat are a small percentage of women, but I ask women whenever they watch this, however they watch it, what do you want? Because as much as you could do bad all by yourself, you could provide for yourself, you could do whatever you want, you could pull out your money and you could tell you don't need a man, this and that, next and third, you rabbit, the bullet, you got all the young boys.
Rose is the thing now.
The what?
The Rose, that's the new thing now.
Yeah, I know. Must have got Wi-Fi. I just can't keep up. Bluetooth and all sorts of things. But you want all of these things. You want your complete and unapologetic independence. But at what cost, at what price? Because when you reach that age where you look around and you're going to a lot of, because there's got a point in life you was getting enough weddings, you was getting enough, all of a sudden, every other week you're getting a wedding. You either a bridesmaid or you taking pictures of some friend of yours that get married. Right? You seeing people happy. Shoot, as a man, it has happened to me. I am in a group chat with some close friends of mine, and half or more than half of these men are married and have children. The men are stable.
Not me.
And the men are, I understand, but they're going through life, right? And at some point, you ask yourself, I want that though. No, see, as a man, but hold on, as a man though, my options are a little better than yours, ladies, as I get older. I'm just saying. Because I control access to relationships, you don't. So if I want to get married tomorrow, I could get married tomorrow. Can you say the same?
So my guy like that. So,
not that I have it like that, but understand.
I got you, man.
Right. You understand? Like if I could
having too much fun.
Right. I could meet a young lady. We could kick it off. Everything nice, everything fine. I could say, sweetheart, I like to say I want to. Let me make this thing legit. Let me make an honest woman out. Women can't do that. You meet a man tomorrow, ladies. You could say, man, look, I like saying once. So let me make an honest man out to you. First things first, you ain't doing that. You're not proposing. Second, the man be like, I know. We think about it. Let me have a conversation because men control access to relationships. So at the end of the day, we need to get this thought out of our minds that before 1980, before 1970, married women, were being maritally raped. That's a term I got to use because these YouTube restrictions. You were maritally raped. You were maritally touched upon in an aggressive manner. The man black and blue you. The man, you come home, the man play the man food in for your table at 7 o'clock before you knew, the man rest his hand in you. That was not happening as a norm. You know how I know it wasn't happening as a norm? Because if it was happening at a rate like that, you don't think some governing body would have come in and said there's a human rights violation? How do you went back there, you know? You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about 10,000 years ago, you know. I'm talking about 100 years ago. Did men take a 6 for a 9? Sure, of course. You know what I mean? Some men felt that they had a servant in their wife. I ain't gonna tell one that didn't happen. But it wasn't to a rate that was an epidemic of abuse. So I understand what you're perceiving, and I understand some of the negative things that were seen were left an indelible mark upon you. But that is not how life works. So if you want to be free, you want to be single, you want to live your hot girl summer, you want to wear your bikini at 50, being somebody fat grinding up on somebody college son, that is fine. Enjoy your life. Cool. But just know, outside of getting full like laundry is there to say. Outside of a man, you know, I know of a woman, right? A woman told this story. A woman said she was dating a younger man. She was really serious about this man. She wanted to marry this man. And the man said, all right, well, we could kick it, we could go, we could whatever, right? Eventually, the man broke up with her. You know why? Because at some point, the man wanted children. You know, another woman that told me the reason she had a man, two of them was good, everything that, younger man, everything that. But you know why they broke up? Because the man wanted children. And these men went on to have children, just not with these ladies. So it is all fine and good to say you got it like that, sweetheart. Sure, you are 40 and fabulous. You got your body on and banging. You got your high profile job. You making $10,000, $15,000 when the month come. You always on point. You look fabulous, my girl. Kudos to you. Just know that at some point, you want somebody to come home to. And not just for a time. A 1 week, a 2 week. When you start getting older, start getting down, you get into events and all you girlfriends can't make it because they're dealing with their children, grandchildren, husbands. Make a decision, make a business decision, no. Because until they invent a time machine, you have guts. So that is my soliloquy for the evening. I hope it made sense of cheese on bread. I know, see this video here that you say.
Yeah. Let me run down the video before we get into the chat. Because you spoke about this, you alluded to it, and it kind of jogged my memory. As you said, in terms of having to prove yourself and, you know, making sure that you fight, you storm the castle and storm the room, as our guy did. Beware yourself of this, fellas.
No fear in your heart.
No fear in your hearts. Beware yourself of this, guys. Check it out.
Jane, will you marry me? Mary Jane! Why did you do that?
To prove to myself that you'll always be there for me when it really counts. You will, won't you, Peter?
That's some Jada Pinkett Smith behavior. I'm just saying.
Yeah, a lot. But that's a new thing. No, the women want representation like that. You know what I mean? So let me dive in the chat a little bit. See what people are talking about. What it was talking. Good night to everybody that I didn't address before. So let me get in it, yeah? Aston said they moving like Kermit the Frog with the news flashes. Yeah, you go. bring the news flash to make sure everybody's acquainted with what's going on, you know. The fella's got the different lines that you will get. She don't feed the butterflies like one time.
Mm-hmm.
I outgrew him. We wanted different things. It's not you, it is me.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't the man I thought he was. You've changed. The fella's got the lines. The fellas put some words in the chat if you hear them things before, man. Jeez, all right, put some words in the chat if you have heard those lines before. Tamara says, I'm real old fashioned. I want my husband to provide even if we share bills. Bless your heart, Tamara. If we both have high paying jobs, we would get more disposable income to enjoy hobbies and fun. That sounds good in theory, but a lot of women like to say, if we've all heard the phrase, my money is my money, his money is my money. We've all heard that before. Then unprecedented. So if that's really how you're going on tomorrow, bless you. I hope you find a husband. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Spring's in the house, my boy. Spring in the house. Good man. Good to see you. I said, as way man can't be a regular good guy. You know, everybody want. I think that's part of the issue too, you know, Neil. I saw a video where a guy gave a woman a gift in a Chanel bag, and inside the Chanel bag, he had a whole set of envelopes wrapped with Chanel ribbon, right? And inside those envelopes, he had the rent, like bill, like and things, and he asked her, you know, wait, some of them bills paid. Remember, I said, yeah, the bills paid. You don't need the Chanel bag. She was very upset, but you know, it is what it is. My mom made sure everything was covered. You didn't really want for anything. Sorry, you didn't need for anything. But because, again, the big screen, social media, right? Social media got everything so skewed. We want luxury now. So we can't just live and be comfortable. We want luxury. We can't just buy a little Suzuki and roll. We got to go a Mercedes and roll. Even though both of us can get you the same place, you got to pay more for one, right? Anyhow, we carry on. Tamara says it's not a necessity that you be a high earner. In some cases, some men are not comfortable with their woman earning more. Crystal asked me to throw the vid in the trash. No, we are not throwing the vid in the trash because there's levels to everything. And while that woman or African friend might be a little bit extreme, there are some women, shoot. Jada encouraged Bill to accept she entanglements. So now the table and talk that junk. And he listened to it and smiled and skin him out. I guess when I got some women that train and encourage the men, they accept that there too, you know? Yeah, Marlon, it's our fault. Go ahead and get some advice from the outside man. She says, yep, shame the man, says Aston. Tango Fox, I'm sorry, don't bring God into this. Approach the side man, what? Yeah, I have to be honest and say I brought that video specifically for you all. I wanted to trigger as many people as I could, like one time. So I saved it. I was going to do a short, but then they said, nah, that would just trigger Neil, and then they would get to see the other responses. So I brought it to the villain that I am. I could have brought it to trigger everybody, right?
Some men just want to see the world burn.
World burn, they do. Cutie brutal. You know, get rough me. Yeah, Cherry says, send this lady to Kevin Samuels. I still said it real because he saw it before. Laura puts in some zeros. For giving some ones, some laughs. Tamara's throwing holy water. Steve, remember we agreed to call them plus size or full figured men. Yes, we no longer using the term fat men.
Well, no. Again, the opposite way. Fat is fat.
Well, fat is fat.
Fat is
for you,
fat.
But in the interest of equality, we are now referring to men as full figured or plus size men.
I being equal to what is called we fat. So Lizzo is fat.
She's plus size and full figured. You know what I mean? Cherry says a selfish woman cannot be a submissive woman. Yeah, man. A woman will submit to a man who has high standards or one that meets hers. It's conditional femininity. But anyhow,
I just saying
women fear being in relationships. Yeah.
Before you go on, just consider women that submit to her men here on a regular, on a daily.
Yeah. Women fear being in relationships that they lose themselves. Tamara says, true. And this current society is also materialistic with slack morality and limited to no humanity. Yeah, like, they lose yourself. What is losing yourself? Anyhow.
Lose yourself in, well, to me, losing yourself is losing your identity, where, and I've done this before, where you are defined by your partner, you're defined by the relationship, you're defined by, you're no longer an individual, you are someone's husband, you're someone's boyfriend, you're someone's father, right?
Okay, but here's the reality. In relationships, that's how it works. Whomever I'm involved with, her friends are going to say, well, yeah, this is so and so a man.
Yeah,
right?
so I'm not talking about outside people, I mean within yourself. So you seek validation in being someone's husband instead of you who you are. So that, for example, if the relationship doesn't work out, then you kind of don't know who you are. Not that you don't know who you are, but it's like the rug has been pulled up from under you, and you have a hard time emotionally reconciling who you are or who you
Right.
were before the relationship.
And here's the thing. What I would say to that, if you're broken down like that, you shouldn't be in a relationship, and you shouldn't be looking to get into a relationship, right? Because somebody like that is broken, right, and needs to, put back together like Humpty Dumpty.
What I would say,
although they did say that he couldn't be put back together. Again.
But what I would say is that I think that people should be mindful of being who you are in the relationship. So, like for me, as I said, it has happened to me before. My thing going forward is, well, I understand you will be seen as somebody's husband, you will be seen as somebody's father, somebody's boyfriend, whatever. You still have to have your own independence. For me, that is doing things that Neil Hoyt does, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things like going to the gym, playing basketball, gaming. Not saying I didn't do those things in those relationships, but shoot, work, projects that I do, etc. Things that I can look at and say I feel good and accomplished for doing those things, even if it's a small, minute thing. And then, so it's like women, um, women put down hobbies in relationships, right? Like women were great artists, women were great athletes or whatever, but they did that in sacrifice and in service of the relationship, even though they didn't have to. You understand what I'm saying? And after a while, when you, because running or doing these artistic expressions were part of you de-stressing or expressing your identity or whatever, expressing who you are as an individual. But when you put down those expressions and you only serve your relationship, which is you and another person, then you could tend to lose yourself. So like for me, what I would say, not necessarily you're broken and need to put together, just be mindful that, you know, you came to the relationship as an individual. Yes, you are now one with another person, but you still have to retain some level of independence. I know people that were gym rats get married and are still gym rats. Man, we get to the gym every 5 o'clock in the morning. They're married now, and the wife say you get in the gym all the time. The man say, better watch your tone because at any day you meet me in the gym at 5 o'clock. That ain't gonna stop no.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Other people now would put down that going at 5 a.m. because now they got a woman, they gotta be at home, they you know what I mean? So I know, man. It's a multifaceted situation.
Tango Fox. This sounds like Schrodinger's marital status. The benefits of marriage and the benefits of singleness that never ends. Just Anton in the house. Good to see you, Anton. Just know that that female depression and repression thing is a Western thing. So people would rather be alone, says Cherish, and invest in themselves, whether for selfish reasons or just survival. Please note what Cherish said earlier: a selfish woman cannot be a submissive woman, right? Keep note of that. That's necessary to note. Yeah, like places like the UAE, etc., or African and Native Caribbean history is drastically different. Society does not promote family values anymore. Damn straight. I would caution you all with this line. Says for women breastfeed up to 6 months as best health practices. The suggestion that children need the mother for nurture is why the courts do what they do. That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, but for you, I posit that There are certain things you cannot. So I don't necessarily have a problem with the court system saying that they have to favor in cases where they have to favor the mother. I don't necessarily have a problem with the theory. It is just that people use it for nefarious reasons.
Yeah,
And people
it's
use it,
abused.
they weaponize it, and they use it to keep the father for own their child, right? But let's be honest, if you have a young child, the primary caregiver is the mother.
Yeah, the children will cleave, babies will cleave to their mother. That's just what it is.
That's
But I see, I ain't dismissing the premise for he, because you're very right. It is because of that the courts do indeed tend to favor women, and you know that's where we get some of the outcomes and the results that we get in court, right? Tango Fox, I can do all by myself sounds good in your teens and 20s, but I have never heard any older person who has no visitors or children say I should have worked more or I should have partied more. So true.
Well,
yeah, when life gets, as Neil alluded to, you know, when life starts to slow down, you get older, and people are living their own life with their own family. No, it's no you in there, so are you looking around? Suddenly, you know, it ain't so sexy no more. That's sexy. The city life, it like it's glamorous.
And I promise you, in the next 10 to 15 years, you can hear a lot of 40s and 50 years talking about they could do all by themselves. Shoot, you might be hearing some no. But it's not sexy. It's not sexy. I didn't find it sexy when 20 years were saying it. I don't find it sexy when 30 years say it. So I don't see why we'll find it sexy 50 and 60-year-old women say I could do all by myself and I don't need a man. I have never heard a woman at 60 years old, 55, 60 years old say they don't need a man. I've never heard that. But we can hear it soon.
They got some stubborn ones that you know.
Yeah, social media clout and thing. People go look good for the gram and things. So I mean for Twitter or whatever. So we can hear it shortly.
Carrying the cross.
Yeah.
Carrying the cross. Samara, if men and women both decide I'm doing me, then what will happen to family life? And that is a very important question. But here's the challenge, right? Men comfortable by themselves, right? Men tend to deal with the solitude and loneliness. You know, yeah, solitude is a better word than loneliness. Men tend to deal with that a little bit better. Sure. My gay boys drink some rum. You know, he cool with that. Call it some transactional affection. He good with that. You know what I mean?
A man would be lonely. A man would be lonely. A man would go and buy a dog and build a boat. Pick up a new hobby. A man would. A man
I've also considered too that as men get older and a peace becomes paramount, they become more attractive as well if they got money too to keep themselves a certain way. So that shelf life is a lot longer than the shelf life for women. So if a man say that 60, you know, I got some money here to burn. Let me just say someone spend his money for these young girls that'll hold it and shake it for me or whatever. They make cool with that. You know what I mean?
Did they make it do a what's called it, a seance with the dead?
See if we go make us, you know what I mean? They make cool with that. Right? 60, 65, man, like, shoot. You just want a little peace. And also consider, I don't know if everybody remembers, but there was a time when Bajan women were complaining that they were losing all of their men to women from Guyana. Right? Sure. And then even before that, remember Matt Finger had a song No Bajan. So that all the parliamentary representatives had a woman from down through the islands. Right? So it speaks to the fact that men who have means have the option to look outside of their local environs, and a lot more men are willing to do that. So, and I shared this story before, I can share it again, right? We got a partner, he was engaged to a chick who was not from Barbados. Better keep this as vague as possible. He was engaged to her, and she was here, and he went to work. He had some clothes in the washing machine. She got up. He didn't ask her. She got up. She hung out the clothes for him. His cousin, a very Barbadian woman, was like, "Yeah, you hanging out clothes for he?" And she was like, "Yeah, ain't a big thing." She's not me. I haven't at school to hang out clothes with no man. That was the prevailing thought, the prevailing attitude, right? So it just goes to show you the mentality for very modern Barbadian women. A lot of times, not saying not the women in this chat, of course, not the women in this chat. But a lot of times that's what comes over. A lot of women say, "I went to school for that."
But you don't go school. You don't go school for relationships. You idiot! Like you don't go. You don't go to school to yo. You don't go to school for a relationship. You do not go to school. Nobody at school teaches you how to be a wife. Nobody at school teaches you how to bear children. No, well, they tell you where children come from, but they don't teach you how to bear children. They don't teach you the responsibilities or the irresponsibilities within the man-woman dynamic. So, in my opinion, right, my sensibilities are a lot of things are being said in jest, tongue in cheek, and everybody is cool with saying it. Let me point and laugh, and let me continue with our lives. But to me, I don't want that to be the prevailing rhetoric because that's dangerous. I am at school to well, what you think I'm at school to provide for a woman? I am at school to you think
that part.
You think that I working hard as a man to provide for who? For a woman? My money is for a woman. My money is for a household. Like what we talking about? But I bet you though.
Uh-huh.
That cousin is still single. If not, she's single. She in a loveless relationship or marriage.
I won't speak to that part.
No, that's speculation. That's my own thing. But
yeah.
I would put some money on it.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I shall neither confirm nor deny. Let me get back in this
all
chat.
Of a sudden, no. All of a sudden, you piece.
Yeah. Love is a sickness of the mind, says Aston. Tomorrow, my grandmother was a housewife and she was the happiest woman I ever met. Yeah, because she was cool. She was cool with it. She didn't need luxury. Reality, if you love me, you will wash the coffee maker so I can make us coffee. Well done, Laura.
Oh, Lord.
So
Laura, that sounds a bit personal. I don't know.
But
you see, joking.
Yeah, but I understand the premise. You know what I mean? Natalia, bigger Natalia. I haven't seen her in the chat for a while, but bigger Natalia. Natalia always says, "Come in chat and say, one hand can't clap. You help me and I help you." And that's how relationships really should work. But nobody want to give nothing. Everybody kind of, I got this here and holding on to my independence. And I also want to be so independent doing, but hey, sometimes if you're really independent, or if you like Barbados independent, you kind of like
rascal.
You're independent, but you get help from here, there, and everywhere. Anyhow. Single thoughts, we will get what we're doing now. Many single women with unwanted children, lots of deletions, and many screwed up people. Yeah, pretty much. Duty, honor, respect, responsibility. What love, what? Shoots. Aston love consists of all those things. Yes, Tango Fox, I agree. And yes, Aston, I agree. As weird as that's all, I agree with both of you. Yeah. Exactly, Cherish. That is love. Love got irrationality mixed in there, and that is the issue. Facts. So I agree with everybody here so far. Duty, honor, respect, responsibility are all part of love and marriage. Lust is the fluff that people like, says Cherish. Facts. Marriage is business. Amen. Love gives you hard truths. Lust keeps you bubbly and comfortable, says Cherish. Ruben in the house.
Yeah, boy.
Good man. Ruben. 666. Yeah, that's for the late. 6 feet. 6 figures. 6 abs.
Oh, you forgot a 6.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, the girls don't want a 6. They want 7, 8.
Yeah, 6 plus. What's 6 plus?
But they can handle it or not in that story, but that's what.
Ben back Becky, man.
Cherish, and there is a difference between love and marriage, especially in this century. Yeah. Aston with the usual dose of cynicism. Love is cancer. all that sort of fluffy bullshit that fades when the man loses his job, or isn't the man I thought he was? Nah, left me out, and Aston is spitting. Yeah. Aston, what you describe is not love, says Ruben, but what he's describing is not love. It is indeed what happens, because when people sign up for certain things, right? You know, people sign up for certain things in relationships. As a matter of fact, we had a very interesting discussion in one of our group chats. The guys came down on different sides of the fence where that particular one was concerned. And I think, in the interest of triggering, I'm going to share it here with you, Neil, and we can share it with everybody, and we can get the discussion rolling in the chat. So let me send this to you, because we had a very interesting discussion about it. So I sent it to you, but yeah. People sign up for one thing in a relationship, and then when it becomes something else, sometimes you gotta push. You can't stick up. You got to push. If then when you sign up for, you gotta roll out. Women do that better than men. Maybe it's want to stick it out, oh, let me make it work, and blah, blah, blah. The picture I just sent you is an instance of it not work. The man decided he ain't working on that, he could just push. But we can get to that in a minute. Right?
So tell me
Let's hold our there. Let's hold our there. Let me get on your chat a little bit. Right? When somebody that loves somebody could destroy their life out of whim, why put yourself in that position? None for me, thanks. I good. Yeah. Marriage is a business to join two families and establish a legacy, but the business of marriage cannot function without the love, duty, responsibility, and thinking. Oh, the chat profound tonight. Fergie says, Asta, you're gonna have to heal. There has to be a business component to marriage, but there's an emotional side called love as well. We just need to learn how. Steve, take a good long look at when women switch between being traditional versus being modern. And I think that is the thing that underpins what Aston is really talking about, because the love is be real fluffy and thing at first, everybody's be good. But when the terms and the conditions change, it's go from being traditional to get the modern thinking. And then, you get the eject button, it's press the abort, and people just roll. So I understand both sides. This thing here being discussed in the chat, right? Tomorrow, when you love someone, you don't just leave them hanging when they're at their lowest. With the lack of job stability, it makes sense for both persons to earn enough to carry the household. Aston, especially when they're hypergamous, they do not like us in the first place, don't respect you as a man, but then they say they love you, right? I am with Aston here so strong, but I feel it the other people as well. Laura, I watch my parents going out on weekends, entertaining at home, and generally enjoying being married. Amen. So I guess I subconsciously found a husband who I enjoy life with too. Amen. That is so key. This marriage is a whole back and oppressive narrative doesn't strike a note with me, says Laura. Thank you so much.
Says the woman that's been married for however long and is happily married for as they understand. They ain't gonna straighten over you.
Dynamic.
So you jump off the ledge. You live in the life.
She just can't relate, and she's living her relationship. So
yeah,
hey, respect to you, appreciate it, Laura. Thanks for the nuggets of knowledge. Aston, Tamara, people that loved me did a lot to me. I rather respect and duty than love, real thing. And I agree again. You talk about respect flowing up from children to woman to man, right? If a woman respects a man, she will move a certain way. If she doesn't, well. Look at Bill and Jada. Oh, yeah. Love flows down from man to woman, from woman to children. Yeah. So remember that flow chart. How you understand some things. Yeah. And I've seen marriages survive because of tolerance and marriages flourish because of love, but they can't exist if neither is present. But what I understand, men value respect above all else. Correct. Men look at respect as love. That's how we view it. So you can't love me if you don't respect me. Somebody saying will this podcast.
Really rehab.
Yeah, well, hopefully you can see it wherever he is. Right? Fergie, why do I need have to heal? I see the matrix clear as day now. Pain brings clarity. Yes, that red pill rage. It brings clarity. Yeah. It's important to discern that no matter how some women cry, you have to leave some single, but that partnership is the essence of life. And maybe we need to recognize that too. Women have the right to be single. They have the right to do whatever they want, but they also have the right to be single. And with that being said, let's get that pic on screen because I think it has a very nice segue into this particular topic. So let me know when you're on screen. Oh, fantastic. Right. So it goes. So me and my boyfriend, this is from Celebrity. So me and my boyfriend of 9 months broke up today over clothes. It's just insignificant over clothes. Eh? So I was invited to my homegirl's birthday party at a club. I ordered this dress for the party, and immediately my boyfriend got upset. He told me, why would I wear a dress like that out when I'm in a relationship? I told his ass, it's my body and I wear what I want. Girlfriend, this is my first time wearing a dress like this, and it's for that one night. He started getting insecure by saying to me it makes him uncomfortable. He even begged me not to wear it, and I told him I'm wearing this dress. He had the nerve to say, if I wear it, he's done with me. I told his ass to kick rocks because I'm wearing this dress. He actually got up, handed me my key, and left my place. I'm glad I caught his controlling behavior early. It's just a dress, so I guess I'm single again. 100, I don't know, laughing emoji. Who's wrong? The woman or the man?
Oh, I want to answer. Can I answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, both of them wrong. Here's why I said both of them wrong, right? Brother mine, you begging a woman on to wear a dress. You telling a woman what to wear. We sit there in this space all the time. A woman can wear what she want to wear. A woman can wear what she want to wear. If you as a man say, babe, I don't know about this dress, I'm not comfortable with this dress or whatever. And the woman said, well, God bless you wearing this dress. You don't like it, you can lump it. Essentially, not necessarily in those words.
That's what she said.
Then brother man, then a rancor, then a noise, then an angst. If you don't want your woman to be wearing that dress, then when that woman wears that dress, she is not your woman. The begging, please, babe, not the back and forth. The lady, no. To the woman, I would say that, well, yeah, for the woman, I would say this, right? Is the dress really worth it? You get up, you girls wear that dress one night to say what? That you just out hot girl summer, out body out? Is it worth your relationship? Did you really want that man? Did you really love him? Do you really want to spend the rest of your life with him? Or you had red flags, and as you see that day, you say, you know what, I can use this as a narrative. Me personally, Derek, I'm not gonna lie to you. If my woman look hot enough to wear a dress like that, and she says she want to wear a dress like that, I have no problem with a woman wearing a dress like that. I don't feel insecure or anything like that because me feeling insecure or me not feeling insecure, she wearing that dress or she wearing a dress down with ankles. If she can do same, she can do same. At least if she look good, I can give her the benefit of the doubt. If the relationship is such, she won't wear that, she won't wear that. But you know me, they always have there's a saying: if you dress like a fireman, don't be upset when people can't ask you to out first. You understand me? I'm not saying that because if you get graped, that what you wear is the determining factor or whatever. I'm not saying that. But understand if you dress like that, and a lot of men can't hit it on you, you start to feel uncomfortable, you chose to dress like that. And I know people gonna say, well, men need to all right, until that day comes, wearing a dress like that don't make sense if you don't want undue attention. Me personally, if I won't look good enough to wear that dress, all like you, boo. But if you choose, but hold on, because men are to protect and provide. If you wear that dress and I ain't there, and a man feel that he could do whatever he want with you, who's gonna be there to protect? Because all those things gotta come into your mind as a woman, you know. I would assume. Y'all ladies could ball me out if you're talking out of my ass. But in my opinion, if I wearing a dress like that as a woman, I gotta worry about my protection because we live in a very weird, sick society. So wearing a dress like that, a man might take a 6'9" and decide to do and say certain things. If you don't want that attention and you don't want me to be there to protect you, then that's a problem. You gotta know where you're going to. Because as much as they say, woman wearing that, like we are wearing that again in penthouse or, you know, being in a dub. if we go in some place where it is like a fashion event or something like that, where that
Mm-hmm.
type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, it, people are gonna see it and appreciate it or whatever. But you know, we're that there and we getting in penthouse or we getting in let's call it we getting in a soca fete or something. No.
But for me, Neil, I agree with you that they're both wrong. But for me, the man is wrong. For a different reason, not necessarily because for me, I don't think he kick up a noise in terms of, hey, don't wear this, don't wear that. For me, he's wrong because he was like woman, like first thing. Yeah, Shibashiki and all that there. But I think he handled it perfectly outside of that.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing.
Let that just keep you warm at night. It don't let it keep you warm during the day.
At any point.
Right then.
Right? So here's the thing. With her on our mission, this is the first time she ever wearing something like that. I spoke earlier about this is what people sign up for in relationships. And the man decided, hey, I didn't sign up for this. When I met you, you was never accustomed wearing them things. And this is by her own admission. Now, she said this is the first time she's ever buying or wearing a dress. 1 or 2, she said, like that. In other words, that man didn't sign up to see you in that kind of dresses. If she was accustomed wearing that kind of dresses, go right ahead, boo.
That's different.
And then he would be an unfair man to say, well, yeah, you in a relationship, but you know wearing that. You meet she wearing them things, live with it. But apparently he didn't. He saw her in something, more conservative, right? And he liked that. All of a sudden, you going out to the club with you girls, not with me. You going out with you girls. You want to dress like that. So you guys advertise. Yeah? You are available. All right, cool. Yeah, I get that you might want to look good for you girls. That's cool. Just show off with them. But guess what? Ain't one of you girls that going out with you. Ain't one of you girls that can see you. Ain't getting that host party. So men can see you too, and men will approach. Shoot, you could be wearing a crocus bag. Men can approach.
If you look good, the man enough. Yep. Let me also add to that, right? You always talk about the social contract, right? To me, you want me to be home when the night come. You don't want me to be talking to other women. You don't want me to be flirting with other women. You don't want me to do certain things, right? It's expected as your husband, as your man, as whomever I am to you.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't out there like flirting with other women, or I'm not out there advertising myself in a manner that indicates that, yeah, whatever. So my social contract is to do all those things. You don't think the social contract is you to at least say, babe, I am wearing this dress out. I'm considering wearing this dress out. Do you think, what do you think? And the man said, no, there's a problem. You say, okay, why is this a problem? Let's have a conversation about it. And if having a conversation with it, y'all could come to some agreement, whether the man say, oh, well, cool, do you think? Or the man, or you say, cool, I ain't gonna wear it. The point remains is you are no longer an independent entity. See, this is what we're talking about.
Oh boy, women they want to give it the independence. Come on, no.
But then
psychology today says it.
But is it worth it though that you wear? We're talking about wearing a dress versus the protection, providing security, enforcement of a man.
And here's the thing, right? Here's the
address that is probably like 75% address, 60% address.
As you said, talk about dress versus your partner. And then you would say, well, you can't keep the man.
No.
Asked you.
Why always attracting and controlling me? Because he might controlling. Yeah. He's controlling us.
But here's the thing. We all know how a controlling man would operate in a situation like that. A controlling man would turn out at the fact. In a vest, a do-rag, and a pair of Timbs.
You talking about a man
with first of all, a controlling man, you didn't get no house.
I was just about to say, meet you where? Nah, boy. A controlling man say, here's you right.
You didn't going.
Not this dress. Man would pick it saying, I cut it up. Not that dress.
Easy. You ain't going nowhere. Right? The man very politely gave you back your key and left. But he controlling. The man ain't controlling you. What the man has decided is that he's not accepting. ways you bring it in. And that is what more men need to understand. Right? If you ain't sign up for that, now the terms and conditions that you agree to, just bounce. In the noise, in the rancor, keep it trucking.
I glad she said, I glad I caught his controlling behavior. I bet he tell himself, I glad he saw that ratchet behavior. Like the narrative is amazing.
The man bounce so easy, right? But again, we come back to wanting this whole thing about independence. The man can't tell me what to wear. Right? But we know women have no problem saying to you, hey, honey, you don't look good in this color. I've lived that. Why you don't put on this? Why you don't cut this? Why you don't wear this kind of shirt? Women tell men that all of the time. But as soon as a man says, well, sweetheart, I'm really comfortable with this here, that's what you got on. It's the same thing. You ain't comfortable with the man got on because you see the man as a representative of you. This man sees you as a representative of him.
Not only that.
So as such, the man's like, well, yeah, I'm really comfortable with this. But you don't really care. So you can do what you're going to do. All right, do what you want to do. No problem with that. That's no problem. Do you want to do?
Yeah. Just keep it pushing, yo. Like, if you don't sign up for it, you don't sign up for it. She get upset, she get pleased. I just hope that dress keeps she warm at 2:37 come around. That's all I hope. I just hope I see she gonna need a shawl, she gonna need a overshirt, she gonna need a scarf, what she gonna need? A pashmina, she gonna need something there to cover their titties. and she Wonder Woman bracelets. I mean, the dress look good though. I mean, from a fashion standpoint, am I woman to look good enough to wear something like that?
Yeah. Rock it out. I don't dig it, but you gotta rock it next to me. That's how you feel about it.
Well, right? Yeah. I mean, well, all I would say,
I could protect you.
Well, because for me, no, I can tell you this. Because when I see you putting that on, or you show me that, I can say, no, sweetheart, I am saying that it will be good. Will there be security there? Will there be a man there? How will you protect yourself? Because I would be honest. Shoot, women might approach you. This is risky, right? And if you say, this and that, next third. I am a person that I've seen outfits women were going to wear, and they say, I can look good for you, but that's not practical because you're going to want to dance up, and you're going to be pulling down and pulling up and shifting boats and all sorts of things. So, I can look good, though. It's all right. Do you? Buy a hole in nothing yours so you could pull down nothing. So it says so that, in fact, she holding, she clutch purse, and she trying to pull down with one the other hand. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't have worn the dress. I'm not going to tell a woman what to wear, not me. If you ask me my opinion, I'm going to give it. But if I see you wearing something, I'm just going to simply ask you if you got a contingency plan with that outfit. That's all I can ask.
Well, anyhow, is the time of the hour? It's 9:45 in Barbados and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. I think we've had a fairly lively and intense discussion, particularly in chat. I see people contributing steadfastly. We truly appreciate it. We are 350 subscribers full, so get the numbers up, hit the like button as well, share the content, make sure that people know what is going on. I really enjoyed this discussion. I thought we had a pretty decent one, and we must get into some other stuff. I want to do a marriage week. We can discuss marriage. We can discuss marriage, and we would love to get some of the married guys to come and talk.
Now that you bring that up about guests, right? Ladies, y'all could come, We want women to come as guests on this show. We want women to call in on this show. We haven't opened the call lines for a while simply because nobody don't come. And when they come is the men. We want to either hear a feminine point of view or a differing point of view. So don't be afraid. We can disagree. We will challenge your points just as you will challenge ours. But at the end of the day, we're not coming to make you look like a fool or an idiot, or we're not coming with bad faith. So please consider.
I truly
up to the day, forget to tell you one of our main men, well, not main man, but they say that tongue in cheek, but one of our main men was saying he wants that we should consider bringing having a woman as part of the team, right? As a face of the show, a host, right?
And I was trying to tell him, man, this is a space for me. And, I understand where and the thing is that it made me think of anyhow, we can talk about that off here, but I thought of something we can do to facilitate that. But at the end of the day, this is a space for me. We have no problem in women coming on. We don't have any problem with women contributing. We don't have a problem with women being guests. We don't have a problem with that. Shoot, you could come and you could tell me to be face that we're misogynist, but we can challenge your way though. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But it is important to understand what we are trying to do here. That's all they say. Like, they got enough shows aplenty where they got, that sort of behavior and women trying to do the whataboutism and stuff like that. So, anyhow.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, Neil. Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a good one. Appreciate it so much. Share the content with some people. Let them come through. And we have some discussions, get things rolling. Again, Neil and I, we don't make the rules, huh? We just make sure you know what they are. You can ignore reality all you want, but you cannot, fellas, please, you cannot ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. So when the women tell you that they want to be single, move accordingly. Right? And they have said it, they want to be single. So, fellas, the only thing for you to do is to be the best version of you for you. And live your life, huh? We can see y'all guys again very soon. We got a set short coming tomorrow, right, Neil? Even though it's Good Friday, we got an article.
We have a short coming.
Yeah, we got an article. I got the article yesterday 3 times. I got it again this morning a couple of times. But what y'all did not know is that we covered it last night. So
y'all get it tomorrow.
We up to the time on the stuff. We doing these streets, doing the work, making sure that y'all get the content. We saw the whole, and to talk about it now, we saw the whole Leah Thomas thing come up, but we had covered that months ago.
So we cover it, and we actually plan to cover it again, more detail.
We can bring it, we can refresh it and bring it back for you, so you can see that your boys cover it already. That's about the transgender swimmer, man convert to woman and smashing records and stuff like that. We can talk about that again. We can bring that back for you. We are trying to organize a live vacation. We don't know when that's going to happen because we like being in the streets, but
speak for yourself.
We can organize something to get back to you guys, right?
I am mentally tired.
Yeah, we can make sure that we got enough content to get you all through, let me say, a week, 2 weeks. So you don't miss any of the daily postings, and we can still take a little break and just see me, but we won't be here live and direct, because I felt the other day, like it was like, we could use a little downtime.
And if Derek feeling the ways.
Yeah, it was a little mentally draining a couple of days ago, but I'm feeling like myself again, as Spartacus said. So yeah, man. Look out for the short. We got a wild week coming next week. We got, if you think the story about my man Thaddeus was crazy yesterday, we got some wild ones coming, man.
Brace yourself. We're pelting. That's all I tell you, man. We're pelting.
Look out for those. We're going to be coming again soon. The number is back up 400% again today. So remember, folks. So protect yourself. Stay safe out there. We can see you all guys next week. We out.
And enjoy your Easter.
For sure.